Uh, in the name of Almighty Allah, the entirely merciful and specially merciful, welcome back, dear students, to today's lecture. I hope you are all doing well with your family members and you are safe and sound at the moment. In previous lecture, we studied pronoun and noun. We have covered all these two topics. Today we'll be discussing about adjective, possessive adjective, demonstrative adjective, verb, main verb, and auxiliary verbs. So in this lecture we will be studying these three. We will be studying what's adjective, what's possessive adjective, and what's demonstrative adjective. We will discuss these three topics inshallah in this tutorial. So let's get started. Okay, so first thing, before everything else, I would like to talk about its pronunciation. Some students mispronounce this word. They say adjective. They pronounce D with it, while D is silent here. D is not pronounced. This letter is not pronounced. It's silent. So we say adjective, or adjective, not adjective. So we don't pronounce it adjective, we pronounce it adjective. Now what's adjective, right? So let's talk about. So there are different views about the root of adjective word. Like there are different ideas about the word adjective there, where the adjective come from. There are so many ideas, right? So we will just discuss some of them. Some say it's taken from Greek word adjectives in the first idea. Some say it's taken from Latin word adjecta. Some say it's taken from French word adjectives. And so the most important one. Now the question is, which one is very common? So the first one, we discussed that. This is mentioned in so many grammar books. So we will prefer this one. So you say the correct one is the first one, which says the word adjective is taken from Greek word adjectus, which means added to. So basically adjective means added to. It's taken from two words. It's taken from one word, which means adjectus, right? Greek word adjectus. In adjectus means added to. Let's come to the modifiers. So whenever it comes to the modifiers, we have got two kinds of modifiers. How many kinds of modifiers do you have? Two kinds of modifiers. First we have adjective, and second we have adverb, right? So we will be studying adverb inshallah in upcoming lessons. So let's discuss the adjective here. What does adjective modify, right? Adjective modifies noun or pronoun. So adjective modifies noun or pronoun. So that's why you say that adjective adds meaning to noun or pronoun, right? So شاگردان عزیز، adjective یعنی ما شما میگیم صفت یک توصیف کننده کلمه است که توصیف اسم یا ضمیر را میکند. کلمه adjective که از کلمه لاتینی یعنی adjectus گرفته شده است که معنایش است اضافه کردن. معنایش چی است؟ اضافه کردن، right؟ یعنی ما شما میگیم که adjective یک کلمه است که به معنای اسم یا ضمیر یک چیز اضافه می کند. So adjective is a word which adds meaning to noun or pronoun, which adds anything to noun or pronoun. So this was the literal definition of literally what does adjective mean. So let's talk about the explanatorial definition of adjective. So we say adjective is a word which is used to modify the quality, quantity, color, size, location, temperature, origin of a noun. So adjective modifies the quality, quantity, color, size, location, temperature, origin of a noun. It means that it deals with noun. Simple words, right? ما میگیم که adjective یک کلمه است که تعریف کیفیت، مقدار، رنگ، اندازه، موقعیت، درجه حرارت و همچنان اصل اسم را میکند. So this is the one. We can also define that adjective یک تعریف بسیار قدیمی هم برش گفته میتونیم. There is one old definition that we can give it to this word, and that is the adjective is a word which modifies noun or pronoun. Very simple definition we can say. Adjective is a word what? It's a word which modifies noun or pronoun, right? This is the simplest definition. Adjective is a word which modifies noun or pronoun. This definition is also generally acceptable, right? But if you want to go into detail, so the definition that I am giving you in the slide is very complete. So that definition is what? That definition is pretty complete. So let's say now I said that adjective modifies the quality, quantity, color, size, location, temperature, and origin of a noun. Now the question is how, sir? How it modifies the quality? Let's come to the examples. So many books. Now you see this. It modifies the quantity of what? Of book. How many books are there? There are many books. So look at this one. The many word talks about the word, the quantity of books, and book is a noun. So a word which talks about the quantity of a noun is called adjective. See the other one, American car. What type of car? American car. So American is a noun, right? It modifies, car is a noun, and American modifies car. So it shows the origin of a car, which is American. So it says it shows the origin. So American. It's an adjective. What is it? It's a adjective. You see the other example, green eyes. The color. Eyes are a noun, right? It's a noun. Eyes is what? It's a noun. So noun, what type of eyes? Green eyes. So talks about the color of a noun. Second, we have small house. Small house. So the small is a adjective. How do you know it's adjective? Because it shows the size of a noun. In a word which shows size of a noun, we call that adjective, right? See hot weather. What type of weather? Hot weather. So weather is a noun, and it talks about the type of weather, the temperature of a weather. So we say it's an adjective. This one is adjective, right? Now, next whom, it shows location. Next whom, so it talks about this one. It's a noun, right? Whenever you see a word which shows the location, and after that noun is directly used, we call that adjective, right? So now let's come towards the old definition, the ancient definition. So we say that adjective is a word which modifies noun or pronoun. Now the question is, where does it modify noun? Remember that adjective is always used before a noun, right? And it talks about the noun which comes after. So I say he is a smart boy. Now what type of boy is he? He is a smart boy. So first of all, you should think about the noun. This word refers to a person, and a word which refers to a person is called noun. So this word is a noun. Now smart is what? Smart is an adjective. How do you know it's an adjective, sir? Because it talks about boy. Now if I ask you a question that what type of boy, like which kind of boy, what type of boy, so I would say that smart boy. So it talks about the word boy, so it's an adjective, right? Now here it modifies a noun, right? What does it do? It modifies a noun. Now where does it modify a pronoun? For example, she is beautiful. She's what? Or she is what? She's gorgeous. Let's say this one. She's gorgeous. Who's gorgeous? She. And what is she according to grammar? It's a pronoun. You remember that? I taught you this. It's a pronoun because it makes the base of a sentence, and it's a pronoun, subject pronoun. Now, who's gorgeous? She. Who's she? She is a pronoun. So a word which talks about she, pronoun, we call that adjective. So this is what? These words are adjectives. I hope you understood the definition and the usage of adjective, right? Now let's move on towards the types of adjectives, right? Let's discuss. We have got some types of adjectives, while we'll be discussing only the types of adjectives which are here which are given in the outlines. So we have 9 types of adjectives. So we'll be only discussing demonstrative adjective and possessive adjective. So number 2 and number 5 will be discussed inshallah in this chapter, in this tutorial. So the other parts of adjectives will be discussed inshallah in upcoming classes. So let's get started. The types of adjectives that we will discuss. So the first one is demonstrative adjective. What do we have? We have demonstrative adjective. The very first thing is its pronunciation. Some students mispronounce this word. They pronounce it demonstrative, which is not the correct pronunciation. So the correct pronunciation of the word is demonstrative adjectives. So it's better to pronounce demonstrative adjective because the word demonstrative is taken from the word demonstrate. Demonstrate is a of the verb form, and demonstrative is an adjective form, right? Remember the pronunciation. شاگردان عزیز ما میگیم که اشاره صفت هایی که به اسم اشاره میکنه، از اسمش معلوم است که اشاره میکنه بر یک اسم، right؟ تلفظش که از demonstrative adjective، شاگردان هستن که این غلط تلفظ میکنن یا تلفظش اشتباه میکنه. So demonstrative adjective به جای demonstrative میگن که این تلفظ غلط یا اشتباه است. So are also called dim adjectives, and they are used to point out or indicate nouns or pronouns. So demonstrative adjectives are also called dim adjectives, and they are used to point out or indicate noun or pronouns. demonstrative adjective ها را dim adjective هم گفته میتونیم و این صفت ها هستند که در جمله به اسم اشاره میکنه یا به اسم را معرفی میسازه یا در مورد اسم یک چیز میگه. ساده این است که در جمله اسم را به اسم اشاره میکند. So point out means اشاره کردن, and indicate means معلوم کردن. What do you mean by indicate means معلوم کردن یا نشان دادن. یعنی این کلمات که هستن، یعنی این صفات که هستن، یعنی این اشاره صفات ها که هست در جمله به ما اسم را نمایان میسازه یا به اسم اشاره میکند. So let's get started. So kinds of demonstrative adjective ما شما داریم که یک تعدادش از definite demonstrative adjective and دیگر تعدادش از indefinite demonstrative adjective. So we generally have two kinds of demonstrative adjectives. First we have a definite demonstrative adjective, and second we have indefinite demonstrative adjective. Now, what are definite demonstrative adjectives and what are indefinite demonstrative adjectives? Let's study one by one. So, first let's study definite demonstrative adjectives. Definite demonstrative adjectives points or modifies a definite noun. They are as follow. So, definite یعنی معلوم اشاره به صفتها میگه صفتهایی هستند که یک اسم معلوم را اشاره میکند یا نمایان میسازه یا نشان میدهد. مثلا this, that, these, those هستند, right؟ از همه اولتر باید ما شما تلفظ های اینها را بدانیم که چگونه اینا تلفظ میشه. اول ما میخوانیم که this، یک تا شاگرد هستی this تلفظ میکنه، this یا this میگه یا this دیگه تلفظ میکنه. اینجا it's a voiced sound, so you say this. All this چرا استفاده میکنیم? Why do you use this? It is used for near singular things یا singular nouns. یکی از با اسمهای نزدیک مفرد استفاده میشه. مثلا چیزی که شما لمس کرده میتونین. Something that you can touch it. When something is near you and you can touch it, we use this demonstrative adjective. And then we have that. So some people mispronounce this word. They pronounce it that. That is not the exact pronunciation. The exact or the correct pronunciation of this word is that. So we say that. It's not that, it's a that. If you mispronounce a word, of course misunderstanding will occur, or sometimes people will not listen to you favorably. They will say, well, this person's pronunciation is not very interesting, so let's stop listening to them, or they do not find it very interesting. They find it boring, and then they lose the interest, or you cannot hold their attention by the weak pronunciation skills. Okay, so it is used for far singular things. یکی از با چیزهای مفرد که دور باشه یا اسمهای مفرد که دور باشه استفاده میشه. اسمهایی که مفرد باشه و از خود دور باشه اینها استفاده میشه. مثلا ما میگیم that is my brother یا that's my pen. بسیار جمله ساده که تو لمس کردن نتانی از خود دور باشه. اگر لمس کرده بتانی در دست نشان میدی، میگی this is my car. اشاره میکنی یا دست سرش میمانی. This is my car, right? And that's it. Now after this we have the plural form. اینها مفرد بودن جمع this is these. So the plural form of this is what? These. These چرا استفاده میشه؟ Used for near plural nouns. یکی از با نزدیک جمع اسم جمع اسم استفاده میشه که اسم جمع باشه مفرد نباشه. For example, though these are my cars. See, these are our cars or these are my cars اشاره میکنم. در that case بجای that ما those داریم جمع که those case used for plural nouns. یکی از دور اسم های جمع استفاده میشه. مثلا میگیم که those are our pens. اونها قلم های ما هستن. So با اسم های دور استفاده میشه. امیدوارم که فهمیده باشین. I hope you got this point. Now, for more examples, you can come here. This car is nice. That book is mine. These cars are ours. Those books are full of information. You can see these are the examples. And remember that we always use them before nouns. There is a note. Remember this. Keep in mind that these words are always used what? Before noun, right? If they are used before an adjective, we can say verb, then they are not called demonstrative adjectives, they are called demonstrative pronoun. So they are always used before noun. So see, noun, and nouns. The examples that I gave you there were the examples that I gave you right there in the word file. They are not demonstrative adjectives. These are not demonstrative adjectives. Remember that. They are demonstrative pronouns, right? In order to make them demonstrative adjectives, what should we do? We should do that. We should say it that. Let's start from here. This car is mine. Now this becomes demonstrative adjective. Before what demonstrative pronoun? I got the point. So for example, that pen is mine. Like that. Now you see this becomes demonstrative adjective before what demonstrative pronoun. Remember that, right? Then for example here you can say those pens are ours. Those pens are what? Those pens are ours. So you see the examples. Now here as well. Now they become demonstrative adjectives. Before I give you the example of demonstrative pronoun. Okay. Now let's move on. We have, the other hand, we have indefinite demonstrative adjective. از اسمش معلوم است که نامعلوم صفه های اشاره‌ای. Points and modifiers are indefinite nouns. They are followed. Like nouns are not modified. I mean nouns are indefinite. For example, if I say a or an, so such, so they just show the quantity but they do not show the definite noun, right? They cannot show the definite noun or exact noun. For example, a and such, one and so on. These are demonstrative indefinite adjectives or indefinite demonstrative adjectives. So you see a certain group of people. Now it also points out noun but not certain noun or definite noun. An umbrella. What umbrella? An umbrella. It's not definite or it's not defined. Such a beautiful car. Such a beautiful car. So such it points out car. So we can that we say it's a demonstrative adjective. One man approach. It's also a demonstrative adjective. Well, I hope you understood, dear students. Now let's talk about the other type of adjective, which is possessive adjective, right? Possessive adjective. Let's study this. Okay, now what are possessive adjectives? We'll discuss that. Possessive adjectives. The correct pronunciation of this word is possessive, right? So possessive is taken from the word possess, which means to obtain, to attain or to have, right? So these are the meaning of possessive adjectives. شاگردان عزیز possessive adjectives را ما شما میگیم که صفت‌های ملکی. Possessive adjectives. صفت‌های چی؟ صفت‌های ملکی. Possessive adjectives. So what are possessive adjectives now? Are those adjectives which are used to show position or ownership of a noun or pronoun. میگه possessive adjectives صفت‌های ملکی یا ملکی صفتونه are those adjectives which are used to show position. صفت‌هایی هستند که به ما مالکیت را ملکیت و مالکیت را نشان می‌دهد. They show us position of noun or pronoun or position or ownership of noun or pronoun. مالکیت و ملکیت چی را نشان می‌دهد؟ اسم یا از یک ضمیر را. Right? So these are possessive pronouns. اینها که هستن sorry possessive adjective هستن my, your, our, their, his, her, its. They are all possessive adjectives. Now let's come to examples of possessive adjectives. So we have subject pronouns. On one way we have subject pronouns. On the other way we have possessive adjectives. What do we have? Possessive adjectives, right? So I would make this easier for you. Subject pronouns, right? So subject pronouns we have for first we have 7 subject pronouns in number, right? First we have okay. You see, first we have I. For I, what do we have? What's the possessive pronoun? Sorry, possessive adjective. It's a my. For we have our, right? For they, we have, what do we have? Their, right? For you, we have your. For she, we have her. For he, we have his. And for it, we have its. So these are, right? We have possessive adjectives are 7 in numbers. Now let's come to examples. Remember that. Okay, before I come to example, I'll give you a note here. They are always, they are what? They are always used before nouns. In our case همیشه پیش از اسم استفاده میشه یا اسم ها استفاده میشه. Examples. For example, I say he is our friend. You see, he is our friend, so it shows the position of friend. Actually, it also shows relationship, right? So here it shows relationship, our friend, right? He is our friend, position in a relationship. We say, for example, they are my books. So they are used, it is used before noun and shows position of the noun which is used, which is after them, which comes after, right? Okay, so another one, I say your scarf was dirty. Your scarf was what? Your scarf was dirty, so it shows that your scarf, right? That's it. Okay, and we say it is, yeah, for example, you say Afghanistan, what? Afghanistan is famous for its hospitality. A very common example. Hospitality. Afghanistan is famous for its hospitality. So see, it's used before what? Before noun. So possessive adjectives are always used before noun in order to show its position in ownership. I hope you understood, dear students. Now you can come for many other examples. You see here, this is my book, right? So it shows position of this book, and here you have that's his pen. It shows again, it shows a position, right? So dear students, this was our today's lecture. I hope you understood. If you have any questions, suggestions, you can ask me, and you can leave in your groups, the groups that which are created for you. If you have any questions, suggestions, you are most welcome to ask me. شاگردان عزیز، این بود درس امروزی ما. شما اگر کدام سوال در مورد درس امروزی داشته باشید یا درس گذشته داشته باشید، میتونید در گروپتان از ما مطرح کنین. ما هم انشالله به سوال هایتان پاسخ میدهم. So that was our today's lesson. انشالله این چند درس که خواندیم بعد از باز یک اسایمنت براتون میدهم که شما اون اسایمنت را باید انجام بدهین. Right? So wish you all the best, dear students, and I hope you are safe and sound. کوشش کنین که بر هر کدامش که ما هر گراماتیکل ترم که ما میخوانیم اگزامپل جاد درست کنین. در گروپ هم بحث کرده باشین سر این موضوعات که تا در ذهنتان Bishina. The students, every grammatical term that we study, for getting these grammatical term permanently stored into your mind, you have to discuss and make them part of your daily conversations. Talk to each other, use them, and you have got groups. In groups you can chat, and when you are chatting, use these terms that we study. And if you misuse them, I will be inshallah looking at your mistakes, and then I will rectify if you come up with any mistakes regarding the grammatical term that we use. Wish you all the best. Stay safe, the students. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you.